have we got audio? Yeah, we've got audio. Okay, so sorry, computer's over there. Slightly different angle this time because the end of the last build for the Airfix kit, my build stuff is there, so you can see where I'm sort of sitting. I'm using the older camera now. For my other camera's up there, just there. So, and the consensus was that everybody wanted to see. I've got a few bits to spray, so it's going to be a fairly short one tonight. I'm not expecting many, if any, people in actually, because there's the e-model show going on, and that's quite a big deal. So this is just some priming, basically, the first step in spraying. So I've got a few little bits that I'm going to prime. Now I have a couple of options open to me. There's more than a couple, but I've narrowed them down to a couple that I want to use. So obviously I've got Vallejo primer. Now I've got other primers, don't get me wrong, but I'm mixed opinions with Vallejo. So let me say, I just think the white is awful. Vallejo white primer is awful. I think the grey is okay. It's not the best, it's not the worst, in my opinion. That's just my opinion. I love the black. The black goes on really well. And I tell you, the big thing is, so I've used this more than this, yet this is about that full. And this is still up here because I've had to use so much of this as opposed to very little of this. I don't know what the difference is, but this stuff is definitely better. I don't know whether it's a different batch or what, I don't know. So now, given that some of these parts are going to be matte black, this is matte black. So I could just paint the primer on and leave it. I do this a lot. It's very effective. It works really well. So that's one option open to me. The other option is to prime in the grey and then come over with a matte black paint. On consideration, I think I'm just going to paint with the primer. It saves on time. I'm not sure. I've never really tested how resilient this stuff is, because I just went with the crowd and swapped over to the other types. So I never really tested how resilient this was. So I'm going to use this. I'm going to leave it a decent time to cure, and then we're going to see, if it's just going to fall off at the first opportunity. So, like I say, it should be a short video tonight, but hopefully an enjoyable one, I guess. I don't know, lots of people that I asked wanted me to do this, wanted to see how I spray. I'd probably do it wrong. I'm not going to lie, I'll probably get it completely wrong. So I have done some preparation first. Just the tools, put this apron on, which was kindly gifted to me by David Mazzola's wife. I can't remember her name, keep forgetting her name, sorry. But she made aprons for a few of us at the time, and just trying to figure out where. And they're really nice. Got a pocket in the front. Keep your clothes clean. And it's a big size, because I need a big size. It's more like a wind sail. You could probably put it on the sails of a windmill and have cloth left over. But that's how I asked for it. Right. So we're going with the black. We'll put that over there. I've Now then, when I start spraying, I've only got one of the small spray booths that you can buy off eBay for about 50 quid. I shall, when that, I'm going to turn that on. I know it's just acrylic, but I am in a living space, so I don't want to have even acrylic paint particles in the air. I'm not going to put my big flashy mask on for this. I think the extractor on its own will be enough. So we're going to swivel around now. Unfortunately, I won't be able to see the chat. Hi, Rob. I won't be able to see the chat once the extractor starts and once I start spraying. So you'll just have to sit and watch until I've finished. Sorry. So we'll swivel around so I can see what view you're going to get. There's our back garden, of which it's very nice out there. Our daughter done a lot of work out there this year. I've not been able to because of personal health and things like that. I'm not very mobile. I think that's okay. That should be about right. So you're about there. Just trying to see where to keep my hands in. So as long as I'm above that in that box, you should be okay. Right. So the compressor's already on. I just need to get some thinner. I'm just going to grab this thinner that's on the shelf here. Just a bit of Tamiya just to stick in there. Just to make sure that pure laziness on my part. I can't be bothered to go over to the drawers and get the other stuff out. We've got a bit of a blockage, I think. Got a bit of a blockage. Let me turn the pressure up and see whether I might have to just take the needle out quickly. Yeah, it's going to have to come out. I thought I'd properly cleaned this, but obviously not. There we go, it is. Now, given that it is so temperamental, I would be stupid if I started to spray with that. So for the sake of, you get to see me clean a needle quickly. I'm not going to completely strip it down and clean every single part. Let's take that off. Come on. Gotta be careful, I don't want to bend the end. It's loose, I just There we go. I'm just going to check that muzzle just to make sure that's okay. Yeah, that's not too bad. And then just push the needle through the front, don't pull it out the back, because what you do, you just scrape all the paint off that's accumulated on this front needle and it all gets stuck in the back here. You don't want that. And just push the needle through out the front. I'm just going to right. Get everything. It's not that bad actually. Let me just give it a gentle. I don't know why that was sticking. It's not that bad. Not that bad at all, really. Okay. Just check that again. Just to make sure, because it was sticking quite badly, so it had to be coming from somewhere. No, it must have just come loose. No, that's clear. Just pop that away and put it back together. We should be good to go. I don't know what that was. Just check there. No, we're good down there. I'm priming using the ultimate Airfix airbrush. Need to pop that trigger back. There's a tendency to fall out when it's just formed in the, where is it? There we go. Push that back. Right. And then when we're pushing the needle back in, you're okay to come in from the back. And then push through. There we go. That's all the way through. Just tighten that up. Just make sure it's free at the end. It is now. There we go. We've got it's working fine now. So there was obviously some little blockage that's come loose when I've just done that. I couldn't see anything. Turn that down. I don't normally go off what the dial says. I go off how it feels on me hand and how it sounds. So just for reference for everyone that wants to know, it's saying 20 psi, which dips to about 18 when I press the knob trigger down. So doesn't necessarily mean it will always be sprayed at that. Give this stuff a good shake. Make sure that's well and truly gotten rid of the thinner I put in. Perhaps should have used something other than Tamiya. That was just laziness. I should have used a milder one, I think. Let's see. Right, so I shall start up the system. Once that starts, I'm not going to be able. You won't be able to hear me talk. So, and then I shall spray these and then turn it off. They're just small pieces, so they shouldn't take too long at all. I will clean the brush before I turn off the fan, I should point out. I've only put in a little bit. I don't know if you can see that. Right, so here we go. Engine first. So there we go. There's a couple of things I wanted to bring up on that. Let me just take this off and get into a more comfortable position, because it actually hurts to sit like that for too long. Just bear with me a second while I get myself comfortable. So there we go. Right, so there's a couple of things that people might have noticed or brought up. There's a couple of things that I can see people sitting there going, oh, no, you don't do it like that. So, you know, it's the way I do it. But why did I use so much cleaning fluid at the end? Because I can. It's just cellulose thinner. I find it cleans much better than anything else. I just put it through. It's very cheap to buy where I get it from. And I just squirt it in, and I keep going until I can spray through and it comes out clear, which was what I was doing on the cloth. And I can wipe in the bowl right down and it's clear as well. So those are the two things I do. I have tried other methods just using a very tiny amount, but with primer, for me, it doesn't work. I can't do it. So, you know, if that's a fault, then hands up, I've done it wrong. But that's just the way I do it. Everyone's can do it their own way. Now, the other thing was, obviously, I put too much primer in, which is why I ended up priming half the blinking kit instead of just them few bits. Normally, I always go the other way and I don't put enough in. So I didn't want that to happen on camera. So I've obviously overcompensated. But it brings up an interesting point, because let me just bring this one. Excuse me, and this one. Oh. I need to come out of there now. This brush is falling on the floor. Right, so this piece here and this piece here, I've seen lots of people do this. They use part of the sprue. They leave part of the sprue on so that they can attach their clips. Great idea. But then these same people then come on and go on about painting on the sprue. You know, like that. What's the difference? Surely, whether it's clamped here on this or stuck on there, just a thought I had while I was painting there. So, you know, just something that I thought about. It's pause for thought. You know, you get these ideas when you start. So they're primed. Now, some of these pieces have got to be sprayed gunmetal. So I will leave them now. Although it's Vallejo, it's dry. I could technically spray it now. I want to leave it for at least overnight, and then we'll spray gunmetal over the top of the pieces that need it. Now, I probably won't show the gunmetal spraying on camera, because it's literally is about 3 pieces, and it's not worth all this setting everything up and getting the tripod out and everything just to spray 3 pieces. So I may do that off camera so that we can start assembling the cockpit in the next part. I'll just have a quick look at the chat. I'm sure we have got some people in. I really didn't think we would, with the E-model show being on. So just have a quick look. All right, Dr. Sprue, hello. Hi, Rob, yeah. Damn Ducks Bobbington, hello. Are they sunglasses here? And then Dr. Sprue's got is that a sad face? My eyes are terrible. Is that a sad face or a happy face? I don't know. I use loads. Oh yeah, little yeah. I know it's not like it's gold or anything. It's, you know, thinner. It's very, very cheap. I don't, you know, when I use other thinners, I don't use that much because obviously I have to pay for them. Well, I pay for the cellulose thinner, but I have to pay a lot more for the other stuff I buy. So I'm more frugal with those amounts. I don't think there's anything else I can add. There's not a lot I can do. I can show you, if we just come over here a little bit, I'll just show you briefly what I've been working on the other group build. We've got the Ford Escort group build going on our channel on Misfits. So I've got the first coat down. It's been primed. It was primed in grey, Badger Steiner Res grey, and we've got the Zero Paints Diamond White, and that's the first coat gone on there. And it's gone on really well. I'm really pleased with it. I'm just going to flat it down next and put on a top coat, like another coat of Diamond White. And then see how it looks then, and then maybe a top coat. I've previously said that I don't really want to use the 2K anymore, which I don't, but I'm not going to throw it away either. So I should probably use what I've got. Although I may use this as a test bed for my polishing techniques and just go acrylic on this one, just for experimentation to see, you know, start the learning process. But there we go. It's looking good. It did have its problems in the shell, but they've been fixed. Nothing that can't be fixed, which is important. And so far, so good. The bottom's been done as well. The bottom doesn't look so great because I had to try it hand painting again. That's not gone too brilliant. So fortunately, most of it's going to be covered. What I'm probably going to do is try and spray over this area with black. Maybe tape these arches off so that I can get a better level of finish on it. It's okay on the column. I mean, all I'm going to really see, I could get away with just spraying black over the centre column there, around the back of the seats, and maybe this piece here. This bit's you can't see at all, it's covered. That bit you're not going to see really, maybe the bottom, but I'll go from there. So that's all I really got. My seat belts came. I can't show them though because I have nothing to show on the Wednesday night if I do that. I think that's it. So close up, ugly. So thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and I look forward to doing some more building next time. Bye for now. End stream. That sounds disgusting.